It was the perfect start.
It's in the Rouen, and a goal! The first goal, here goes to the Barnet Raiders.
The boys had that fight in them, that drive to win that match under any circumstances.
I still remember Rouen shouting at me to just take this shot after he played that pass back to me. That goal, I'm gonna remember it forever, bro. And hopefully, it's just the first of many.
He's in on goal here, and a goal! At this stage of the game, it might be decisive. And just look at their supporters. They have done it. They have pulled it off, and it's thanks to the individual brilliance of this young man, Zola Naledi.
The boys had done it, and now they were taking over. They are the team that I would back fully, and the team Thomas Rallet is tasked with taking to glory. It's going to be a bumpy road, but I know we have it in us to reach our goal. The players all have really high potential. They just have to unlock it. Kori decided to rebrand the team after they won. Of course, the name was changed from Barnet FC to Barnet Raiders FC, still keeping the club's main name. I was able to carry my Nike sponsorship into the club, and my sister worked with them and got the home, away and third kits to her liking. The home kits were an all black with a touch of the club's orange. The away kits are an all white with orange trims, while the third kits take the club's former orange colour scheme with black linings. Thomas Rallet worked on the club's training plans, the best way to make each player fit and sharp enough before each match, and he hired 4 coaches in the 4 main areas: attack, midfield, defence and goalkeeping. The first match of the season was going to be against Fleetwood Town, and Rallet was drilling the players back to back to get them ready for the first match. Winning one match is easy enough, but playing at this level, week in, week out, is something they have trained for, but it's not going to be easy at all. He played a 4-4-2. I did ask him if this was the best option, and he said that with the squad he has, it would work the most. Hiring him as the manager meant putting full trust in him. I believe that with time he would be able to achieve my goal with the club, but everything won't be rainbows and sunshine.
Van Boer might seem like he's not ready after the pre-season match. Do you think he's ready for the challenge of being a first-team player in this team?
In training, Van Boer and Chon are the best midfield duo for the starting 11. They both carry and hold the ball well, and they're both really good passers. Van Boer is the youngest in the team, and I do expect a bit of immaturity from him, but it's up to him to get over that.
How are you planning on using the 4-4-2 to gain points, given the lack of attack so far across the preseason games, and that most teams are moving away from the age-old formation?
Most teams are moving away, which is why I plan on using it to overcome most teams. It's going to be difficult, of course, and the team has what it takes to pull off my idea.
How do you believe some of the older fans will react with this change of players and the club identity as a whole? For example, MK Dons was once known as Wimbledon FC. The fans made a new club called AFC Wimbledon. How do you plan on dealing with the backlash?
There hasn't been any major backlash yet. There's the odd fan that's not a big fan of the change here and there. But my employers, the Lehmanns, they made sure to be as transparent as possible with the fans, and it has turned out okay for the most part.
A fresh start for the team as well as for the manager, and all eyes are firmly fixed on the newcomer. Will he make an impact today, or might the weight of the occasion prove too much? We're about to find out live on EA TV.
Today could mark the start of something special. Can Rallet lead his team to victory in their first official match here? Everything counts, mistakes could cost us, and good performances will reward us. But this match would show me exactly what this team would be capable of this season.
Well, the home fans are in fine voice. They'll know that they're going to be needed to help keep their team up this season. Probably one of the teams fancied to go down, but I'm sure they'll fight to make sure that that doesn't happen. And that starts here today.
Thomas Rallet would be using the exact same team that won against the former Barnet last time out. Zola Naledi, who was the hero in that game, would be on the bench again and might just be coming on later in the match.
Rallet said earlier that while Naledi is a solid player, the strike partnership of Pavalos and El Fakir is a much better fit for the system he's going with. But of course, Naledi can always outshine his competition and get back on the first team. Everyone has the opportunity to be a first team player. They just have to impress their coach. and Raleigh said anyone that gets over an 8-point match rating will get a development plan and training to help them grow and reach their potential faster. Fleetwood Town kicked off, and it was time for our very first match. The supporters were hopeful, singing the Barnet chants loud and proud. Okane Haruto had the first chance on goal after playing a 1-2 with Alexander Pavalos. He tried a curler, but the keeper was able to stretch to keep it out. We were very solid in the defence, staying in the perfect positions to make the interceptions. And a couple minutes later, we got our first goal of the season, and it was the main man up top, Alexander Pavalos.
Can he do it to take the lead? And a goal! They start as they mean to continue. They make the opening statement.
We were all over them, making interception after interception, tackle after tackle. Our intensity was really good. The performance in the final third was not the best. One area that needs improving. They had their first shot on goal, but it went wide and out of the reach of our keeper. They were able to keep possession well, and they advanced like a well-oiled machine. The Brazilian, Roan Castanho, was in on goal this time, but the keeper did well to keep the game at 1-0 while they were getting a couple shots. On a couple occasions they made silly turnovers and wrong passes, but even with all that, all the opposition could do was take shots off target. Not long after the roles were reversed, and Pavalos assisted Haruto for our second goal of the match.
Real chance, in it goes! That will greatly help the cause. Now they only need to keep concentration levels high.
They had a couple more chances to get themselves more, but Raleigh really needed to work on their deliveries into the box for that final shot. And just before the whistle went for half-time, Fleetwood Town equalised. It was a goal that came heavily against the run of play, and I have to say, it really hurt the team's morale. After the high of scoring 2 in their opening game, the possibility of Fleetwood making a comeback weighed heavily on their minds. The goal came at a really bad time, and during half-time, Raleigh rallied the team to the best of his abilities. They still came out strong, but the Fleetwood defence was a lot better, which slowly ate into their minds, and after Pavalos missed a golden opportunity, everything went down from there. Their final goal was pretty much a repeat of the first, born of poor defending. The keeper does well to save the initial shot, but the defence is just nowhere to be found for the second. We had a couple more chances after that, but Haruto wasn't clinical enough with his one-on-one chance, losing the opportunity to show boating. It really wasn't the time for that. He had another chance, a bit after that, taking his shot from distance, but he wasn't able to beat the keeper. Naledi and Oviawe came on for El Fakir and Ruan respectively. Raleigh brought them on in hopes that they could be that super sub and use their dribbling skills to open up a chance for a winner. The captain, Cheonguwo, took a shot after the corner, but it was dragged wide. Oviawe went on an impressive run infield, dribbling past and avoiding defenders. He didn't have a lot of options, so he took it on himself, but the keeper matched it. And in the 75th minute, Van Boer put Naledi in on goal. The crowd went on their feet, expecting the goal from the South African kid. Unfortunately, he dragged his shot wide, missing a golden opportunity. Naledi put Haruto in on goal, and his shot just rolled wide to everyone's dismay. He put Cheonguwon in on goal shortly after, and it was another shot taken wide. We were very obviously the better side, just cursed with atrocious finishing. Pavalos put Naledi in for one final chance. It was on target this time, but he couldn't beat the keeper. The match ended as a draw. The match was a great watch. The team did relatively well. They were able to dominate their opponents for a majority of the match, but finishing is what absolutely killed our win in this match.
It's a good start, honestly. It could have been better if we put at least one more of the total 15 shots away. But this has shown me exactly what needs to be worked on in training. The fans were something else though. Their support really meant a lot to the boys. It's a draw to start, and once we learn from our mistakes, it should be smooth sailing for us.
Pavalos, Haruto, and the skipper, Cheonguwon, did get over an 8-point match rating, so they would be the first 3 getting the development plans. 3 of them made it into the team of the week for League 2, and yeah, in just their first match. I was proud.
To be the first to get an official goal for the team, even back in the match against Fulham as well, it felt really, really good. I wish I was able to get more chances, but as much as I back myself to score every time, I'm also a team player. I wish I had gotten that one chance I missed, but I just have to learn from my mistakes.
We don't break. Every headline got our family
The next match was the Carabao Cup. One of the objectives I set out for the manager this year was I wanted them to do well in a cup competition. Now the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup have bigger teams in it, so we might not go far in it, but I expect us to at least win against teams in League 1 and 2. The Virtue Trophy though, that's the one I'm really after. A trophy every season is a tough ask and I plan on being extremely strict with it. But without goals like that, the manager and the team might get lax and not perform as well as I want them to. Every single person in this team is addicted to winning, and I want it like that. They had the first shot on goal, but Nitschke Kanev was able to get a good block on that. Van Boer and Pavalos were able to link up for our first shot on goal, but it was just wide. Cheongu-won had a golden opportunity, but couldn't put it away. His best friend, Pavalos, was right there waiting for the pass to be squared to him. It was quite shocking that he didn't, but he has made the decision, he apologised and they moved on. They got the first goal of the match, and it was more of the same. Shot, save and rebound. Relay needed to sort that out. The defence needed to be better at dealing with those. Potter, the keeper, is doing really well to keep the initial shot out, but getting the second save is an extremely big ask. Caden Van Boer showed why he is first team material, with a really good pass over the defence to Pavalos, who was able to put it away for the equaliser.
And that's exactly what has transpired. Now, that could be a massive turning point, and momentum is with them.
The first half ended with a 1-1 draw. The match was even, we just needed that extra bit of finishing to put a couple goals away and get the win. Relay explained tactics heading into the second half, and they were ready. They came out looking really good. Reece Malik, the left back, who pretty much plays an advanced role, made a good run and fired a rocket into the back of the net.
Takes aim, and into the back of the net. Well, they've paid the price for their negligence. They let them come at them, and now it's a different equation.
Nitschke Kanev made a very unnecessary tackle. The ref waved play on advantage and just gave him a warning.
The rest of the match, well, it didn't go as planned.
And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment. Could be threatening. Penalty. Well, no booking on this occasion.
Yeah, and I'm surprised not to see a yellow for that.
This to see them take the lead once again. Oh my goodness, wide it goes.
Well, he's tried to just put it right inside the post. It's not a good penalty, though.
Good through ball. Oh, could be decisive. They've opened up the Raiders' defence, and they're in on goal. And they might forge ahead. Oh, they've done it. They forged ahead, and it might be the goal that gives them victory.
They scored in the final minute of normal time. It was a real letdown for the team. Even if it wasn't the league, a draw and then a loss was not the best. I can see them winning these matches. They just need that extra juice.
That last piece of the puzzle that Relay is missing. I don't know what it is, I'm not a manager, but it's up to him to figure it out.
Relay was called for an interview after the match. He was asked many different questions about the loss and what he's going to do moving forward. He said that he believes in the 4-4-2 system being good enough for the team as of right now, and he won't be changing anytime soon. He also said that more work needs to be done on the training ground. Of course, he's not happy with the loss, but this is just the second match in the season, and there's still much work to do. The players are still adapting to playing actual 90-minute matches with something at stake, and over time, hopefully a short period of time, they can all get a handle of things at this level.
Quite unfortunate that we made a comeback then, conceded 2 more goals after, but my goal, damn, that one is staying in my head for a while.
The feeling of losing, especially when we were the better side through the match, is painful. I want to be better, and I want to make the team better.
It was rather an annoying match. Their striker taunted me, and next time I see that Mudak, I shove my boot in his face.
Next on our calendar was an away match against Bromley. It would be our second of the season, and a win here would be good for squad morale. The coach made a few changes. Naledi was given his first start after the other striker El Fakir had pulled a blank in the first 2 matches. Jordan Oviawe, Brahima Kofi, and 2 of the players from the former Barnet squad, Stead and Kanu, made their first starts in the team, benching the team captain Cheongu-won and starting right back Kobe Shaw, respectively. The match started with an early goal from Pavalos, who is quickly stamping his place as the main target striker in the team. The 2 changes the manager made, Nigerian winger Jordan Oviawe and South African striker Zola Naledi linked up to find the second goal of the match, and still in the first half, Naledi found Pervalos, who headed into an empty net for his second.
And a goal! There he is at the double. They just can't subdue him.
They were the dominant team, as they have been in all 3 matches they've played so far. And this time it showed in the result. They weren't able to get one last goal in the second half, but the 3 in the first were enough to seal the win. The 2 strikers were on the score sheet today, and that's what I love to see. Zola Naledi got himself a goal and an assist, as well as the Man of the Match award. He did better than what El Fakir did in the last 2 games. A couple more performances like that, and he might just be Pervalos' new strike partner. We found ourselves in 5th position on 4 points. It's just the second match, so the table would change drastically in the next couple of weeks. I want the team to win the league, but progressing to League 1 is more important than winning the league as a whole. So a top 3 finish is what I told Raleigh that I wanted. There was a bit of a rift in the camp during training. Naledi and El Fakir were having some kind of beef over who gets to be Pervalos' partner in the first team. This caused some players to pick sides, and Caden was very loud about his issues with El Fakir.
I mean, he is quite annoying. He's had some sort of issue with Zola and I ever since the academy days, and he just won't quit. 2 kids that perform way better than him in each match.
I keep saying it, they're kids. Caden is literally still 15, and it's very obvious his personal relationship with Kai Lehmann is the reason he's even here in the first place.
It was the last thing any of the coaching staff wanted. Relay was still able to handle the team during the training, but the results of the matches that followed were not very convincing. The next match was against Walsall at the Hive, our home ground. We haven't won a match here yet, and that fact was going to stay a little while longer. Alexander Pervalos scored the first goal of the match, and that was the only goal in the 2-1 loss against Walsall. Swindon Town was next. Away from home, we were looking for a better result, but El Fakir wasn't able to put away his one-on-one chance. But Pervalos scored another penalty, and late in the match, when we needed to get the goal to salvage 1 point, El Fakir wasn't stingy and gave it to Naledi, who played his shot wide. We lost the match, again, and they just had to chin up and move on.
A bold move by the manager today. It takes guts to leave out a star player, a big name. Will the risk pay off, or will it go down as a costly mistake?
Raleigh benched El Fakir and tried the Pervalos and Naledi partnership against Cheltenham Town, hoping the 2 of them could make a difference yet again.
Hello, it's great to be with you, and no problems at all on the weather front as we get ready for this match.
They tried and tried
Can he level it?
and tried, but just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. The first time we weren't scoring, and it was just a very unlucky day for the strikers.
It seems that Kai Lehmann was in over his head when he mentioned that this team was going to be the next big thing.
You can't just claim to get talented youngsters from all over the world, do some bullshit 2-year training program, and expect them to come into the real world and perform.
It's just the League 2, but it is a professional league. And it seems the Barnet Raiders are in over their heads here.
I'm telling you, it's that 4-4-2 system their manager is using. That formation is almost as old as time itself. Everyone knows exactly how to stop it, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
Reporters were hammering the team, and loss after loss, it was badly hurting the team morale. During their next training before the next match, I showed up to give the team a bit of morale. I spoke to them, hyping them up, telling them about all the times I was close to losing morale, and all the times I did, and how I overcame it all. I don't even know if my speech worked or not. I just tried it regardless. I also told Raleigh that while I support his decision to use the 4-4-2, he should come up with something else that can work with the squad and try it out in the next match. 3-4-2-1. That's what he came up with. It was a very complicated formation that could be extremely defensive and attacking at the same time, and rather than there being 2 focal points in the attack, this time it was just going to be Pervalos, as the only striker with 2 playmakers behind him. The losses had dropped us down to 18th. It was bad, really bad, and we needed some form of breakthrough. Thomas Raleigh used the new formation in the next match against Colchester. Pervalos was the main man, and he chose Ruan and El Fakir as the 2 playmakers behind him. Malik and Haruto were the 2 on the extreme wings, and they would be supporting both the attack and the defence. Then the captain and Caden Van Boer were in the midfield. Brahim Kofi was the tallest player in the team, so he was positioned as the central centre-half.
The team was buzzing going into this match. Kori Lehmann came to training and he's almost everyone's hero in the club. And then the new formation also looked really promising.
I wasn't starting in this match, but this one just felt right. The atmosphere in the stadium was perfect.
I can see it working. Everything the gaffer has explained to us, I could see it working out.
One thing that was amazing is how the fans did not let up their support for the team. I sat in the stadium and got ready for this match, and I wasn't ready for what went down.
So here we go, an exciting 90 minutes in prospect.
Perfect tiki-taka football from the Raiders here.
Dangerous ball. And a goal to open the scoring. A very bright start to this one.
Really brilliant goal from Pravalos there, beating the keeper at his near post.
Good win. Oh, that's a super piece of defending. Alexander. Oh, moving it nicely. Well, you have to categorise that as a missed opportunity. Must be. Oh, that's a fine save. And striking it.
It was all in the build-up play for me. So many different players involved. And once the space...
Chance here. And that's tidy work to push it to safety. Well, we did have to cut off Alex for understandable reasons in this case. To clarify for you, the away side had super chance, and he's outdone himself. And moving it forward, and the cross into the middle. Well, the header needed to be a lot better than that. Official, by the way, Kalidou Koulibaly has completed his move to Crystal Palace.
Well, listening
to
him
wait a minute, they could be in here. And great agility to make sure they didn't level matters on the break.
To the wing for Okene Haruto.
And goes for goal! Could be threatening. This could level it. And it is the equaliser. Parity now. And who's to say what's going to happen next?
And it's Zola Naledi's first touch on the ball after coming on.
20 minutes remaining.
The Raiders are advancing here with a certain confidence about them.
Could be dangerous. Oh, surely! Oh, that's top-notch goalkeeping, you've got to say. Can they chisel open the defence?
To Van Boer. To Naledi. And he takes the shot!
And he's kept it out, fully stretched, somehow reaching it.
Well, what a game this has been. You've got two sides wanting to be positive and taking the game to the opposition. Very evenly matched as well. It's been a real enjoyable watch so far.
Naledi might keep it in play here, and he does. Quick one to Van Boer.
Trying to tee it up. Oh, what's he going to do here?
No. That was the wrong option.
Good-looking pass.
Yeah, it's a really well-weighted pass. Picked out the perfect run there.
Well, just fractionally wide. Good strike.
Another goal for Bristol Rovers. The game's all level again at 2-2 with 83 minutes on the clock. What a fascinating...
Can he put it away? Oh, they've done it! They forged ahead, and it might be the goal that gives them victory.
Well, it all starts with this ball over the top, weighted just right, and I couldn't see him missing from there. He made a strong connection. It's a nice goal, that.
And the referee has decided to add on a minimum of 5 minutes.
The Raiders have gotten the ball back again, not giving Colchester any chance to breathe. They are really looking to put this game to bed.
Interesting pass. This could be it. And it is. He's done it. Surely a case of game over.
They went from back to front so quickly. And the opposition just couldn't do anything about it. Utterly helpless in that situation.
We gave them absolute hell in that match. Literally no space for them to breathe. It was like the new formation. Literally choked out the opposition, and the boys executed it very well. The defending was much better, and although the attack in the final third still had a lot of room for improvement, the performance in this match was a big step in the right direction.
The boys absolutely outdid themselves there, especially Pravalos with his 2 goals. You can just tell how much emotion he put into that second goal.
That win took us to 14th on the table with 7 points. Just 3 away from 7th position, the final spot for the promotion playoffs, and 5 points away from third place. The matches after that were more of the same. First match in September was against Shrewsbury.
Real chance. In it goes. He scored on his debut, and his fans are loving that. Alexander. Could be dangerous. Oh, he could finish. And a goal! They've added to the lead. Much needed security. Zola. Fine pass. Oh, genuine chance. And a goal! That's his brace. They just can't keep him quiet.
A 3-0 win, it was a very assured performance. I was extremely impressed with how the team had turned around with just a simple formation change. The fans and I look forward to the next match against Crewe Alexandra.
A lot riding on this one today, with both teams ready to leave no stone unturned in their quest for success. A match that ought to tantalise.
Haruto scored 2 in the previous match, so he was all over the headlines. Last match was the second win in a row for us, and we're looking for a third. This would be a really epic comeback, and morale everywhere is through the roof. El Fakir was able to get his first goal of the season to seal the draw against them.
And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment.
It was a tougher match, but we were better defensively, and all in all, were able to get a point. Grimsby Town was next, and this time, Cheongu-won, the skipper, was the one that got his first goal of the season after a couple missed chances from Pervalos.
And look at this, and there it is, the opening goal, 1-0, and they'll feel they deserve it.
They were able to equalise late in the match, and it was another draw for us. But at least the draws are better than losses. The final match in September was against Oldham Athletic. Sadly, we weren't able to get a goal in the match, and we lost our first match in a while. The next match against Accrington, and even after the loss against Oldham in the last match, the team didn't lose morale. We needed to try our best to make sure we get another 3 points. But Accrington was just too much for us. Pervalos got a consolation goal. But that was it really. After the match, because of the frustration that had built up over the past couple weeks, especially in training, El Fakir and Van Boer got into a scrap in the dressing room, which had the players separating them.
It was bad. We all knew Xavier and his little clique in the team had been picking on Zola and Caden because they were the youngest, but it never got this far.
I mean, he was chatting shit about Zola after the match, and I just couldn't deal with his high and mighty attitude anymore.
I don't see what I did wrong. I just pointed out that they both need some maturing.
It was unacceptable. News about it spread across England like a wildfire. Chaos in Kai Lehmann's team, infighting inside Barnet Raiders' dressing room. It was not the kind of news I needed for my team, so Kori and I single-handedly took matters into our own hands and suspended both of them for the next 3 matches.
Fair play, fatal, babe. I flip whole lives like a flipper blade. I don't chase love, nigga, love chase me. Gets trapped in a web where the heat runs free. Yeah, I talk slick, but I back every word. Keep your apology, fuck what you heard. I'm a demon they want you about in the church. Demon they want you about in the church. If I want something, I take the slow. Put cracks in your logic and doubt in your joy. You said be gentle, I laughed in your face.